everyone, it's Friday afternoon. It's Debbie Gilbert here from the Best Business Women Awards. What a week it's been. Oh my goodness, the phones have been red hot this week. People asking about which categories to enter. It's always the questions we get asked around this time. People start to say, oh, I wonder which category I should be entering. And today I'm joined by one of our sponsors and former winner, Hella Wozniak Kay from Sister Snog, who sponsors the Most Inspiring Businesswoman category. And I invited her on quite short notice. She's clearly somebody who can just get everything out of the bag and make herself ready and available. Because one of the questions we've had this week is what makes an inspiring businesswoman? So I thought, let's bring on the sponsor to talk about it. So welcome, Hella.
Thank you very much. What makes an inspiring businesswoman is a very, very, very big question. However, one thing that I'm going to say is I've been since 2019 to all the Best Business Women Awards. And in 2020 was the first year that we sponsored the Most Inspiring Business Women. And that was when we had to do a bit of online COVID. Let's just see how we do.
Oh my goodness.
But you cannot beat the awards. When I walk in to that room and it's like, take your seats and all these amazing women sit down, they are all the most inspiring business women. And the reason is because, number one, they have a business. Number two, they've entered the awards. Number three, they're finalists. But number four, they pitch up with the, it's glad rags and glamour, but it's also, it's like you sweat your business. And if you're not passionate, what makes it an inspiring businesswoman? Number one, passion. Passion, dedication, determination, and a little bit of boogie.
Yes.
If you don't have a bit of boogie, we have all sorts. And, the Best Business Women Awards is actually run by somebody, you may or may not know her, but she is an inspiring businesswoman and she's called Debbie Gilbert.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice compliment on a Friday afternoon.
Exactly. Not that I'm here. I'm not here for compliments because I'm from up north and we don't give them.
Oh, well, I want to talk a little bit about Sister Snog and then we'll come back to the Most Inspiring Businesswoman. So I've been part of your tribe now for 6.5 years. It's been lovely meeting so many inspirational women there, I have to say. And you didn't just pull this together on the back of a fag packet on a Friday afternoon. So tell us a bit about 22 years of Sister Snog.
Do you know what? It's almost like, pinch me. Has it really been that long? I tell you what, I think the thing that has epitomized Sister Snog for me this week, if you're looking at where you are, is there were two sisters who I saw on Sunday. Numero uno was someone called Catherine Chapman, who actually parachuted in via Debbie Gilbert, via Best Business Women Awards, via Business Women Unlimited, via the connections that we have. And she was running the marathon. So because I'm on the doorstep, pitched up, took a load of photos. I've got to say, the buzz of the Instagram post that I posted was just weirdly wonderful. And I also have another sister, Tracy Barr, who I met 15 years ago at Sandra Rhodes. She dipped in, she became part of a choir. We've had a little glorious boogie. She is now part of a wonderful choir who sang at the Bright Marathon, and we hooked up. And she posted something, which was a picture of her and I. And both those posts have gone whoosh, which says everyone is watching those that are doing. And an inspirational woman is someone who does, and also who shares, and also someone who gives, you know, a little bit of themselves to others. And, you know, is perhaps a little bit quirky, worky, you know, has a little bit of an edge. You can't be an inspirational businesswoman if you haven't got a little something that those others in your category, you need to create some footsteps worth following. And what is it that makes you want to follow this person's footsteps or that person's? And it's kind of, you know, an inspirational woman is not about herself.
No, I agree with you. No, I know.
She is someone who gives sugar and support and pitches up and says something on, I don't know, LinkedIn is not just about me. Because those that are just about me, yeah, you know, they can get an accolade or two, but the world is not the world listens, and nobody is a fool, and everybody knows who is like a good person. I've always wanted to create a tribe or a business, which is the company that I never worked for, that I wanted to create, because, you know, I'm into, let's all share it and support it. And you and I are living testimony of a wonderful, mad, crazy adventure of business that has formed a friendship.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, going back to the most inspiring businesswoman, I think people often get caught up with thinking that they may have, because they've beaten cancer, which is terrible. Of course, it's terrible. But you know, or that their child has got into Oxford, or these things don't make you an inspirational businesswoman. I mean, outside of your business, those achievements aren't relevant, because this category is not most inspiring person, it's actually most inspiring businesswoman. So we're looking for people, like you've just said, that are giving back, but also giving to their community, to their clients, to society, really, and are somebody that you would go, wow, I need to walk in their shoes. They are inspirational in their industry and they're doing such amazing things. So I think people get caught up with the word inspiring because it's used such a lot, isn't it? It is bandied
Oh
about
no,
a lot.
it is. I mean, it's a beautiful word, but how do you
Define
really
it.
define it?
Yeah. And that's always what we've struggled, I think, sometimes to communicate that, because it is the biggest category. We get the most entries for this every single year since I started the
Understandably.
awards.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think everybody wants to be known as inspirational, but few very understand the nuances of it and what it actually means in our awards. And it is about the industry you're in. Could you inspire other people in your industry, and can you inspire other business women generally? So if you take Nicola Wood last year, who's grown an amazing wig business from nothing.
I know. What a winner. Oh my
I
God.
mean, amazing.
Totally. From something that was
Yeah,
truly not a great
yeah.
place to be, to
No,
creating something. And I follow her, I look at her and I'm like, I'm humbled
yeah.
by
And
her.
she did have cancer, but she didn't lose her hair. But she was a hairdresser, and she
Yeah.
owned her own hair salon. And as a result of sitting around in cancer treatment centres, looking around at the wigs that people were wearing, she just sat there thinking, this is all wrong. You know, these people
Those
are
are not
wearing
the greatest
terrible
wigs.
wigs. Yeah. And she was like, I've got to do
Let's
something
get a
about
proper
it.
wig. I
Yeah.
am wearing a wig today.
So she could have just settled herself back into her salon. She could have done that quite easily. She had a very successful business, and she could have just gone back to cutting hair and doing the things that she was doing. but she decided to revolutionize an industry, and that makes her inspiring.
Yeah.
And I think the winner the year before was Karen
Kirsty.
Garner. No, it was Karen Garner
Oh,
from
Karen.
Sensory
Yes,
Smart
sorry.
Child.
Kirsty was
Yes,
the other
best
winner. Yeah.
business winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirsty was in the most inspiring category as well that year. And she is a phenomenally inspiring woman. And I think to get to the awards and be listed in that category, you are already, you know, deemed an inspiring businesswoman, because there can only be one gold winner. But obviously, everybody else in the category is a silver winner. So you are a winner if you get shortlisted.
And that's what is so wonderful about the Best Business Women Awards, because everybody who's there, who is a finalist, is recognised.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about winning this or that accolade. Everybody, you know, you might go home with a gold star or a silver star, but you recognise the fact that all those wonderful shimmering, you know, sequined, glad racked. I mean, it is like the Oscars, if you know what I'm saying. It's
Oh,
kind
thank
of
you.
Oscars, BAFTAs, and all
Yeah.
those wonderful awards that you see on the telly and Hello Magazine. Best Business Women Awards brings out beautiful women who are creating their own empires, and they
Yeah.
are recognized because everyone goes home with an accolade.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I was quite passionate about was the recognition element. And because I think a lot of awards fall short. I've been to 2 award ceremonies this year with other people who have won awards, and one ceremony we went to, only the winner was recognised. They didn't even read out the finalist names. They just said,
That's
and the
rubbish.
winner for this category is, and the winner went up and got the award and was able to say a few words, and that was quite nice. But the finalist got nothing, didn't get a certificate, didn't get any recognition. And then I went to a second award ceremony, which was female only, this one. And again, they did at least put the names of the finalists up on a screen, and had the pictures of the finalists up on a screen, which was great. And then they read out the winner, and then that was it. The finalist again got no certificate, no recognition. So I kind of feel that's a bit, to me, it's not great. That's a bit.
Well, I don't think it's thoughtful,
No.
because if you're creating an award ceremony and you think about those that have entered, you know, I did procrastinate before I entered, because entering an award, you've got to think about, you know, your entry, and if you're going to do it properly, you've got to collect a load of evidence and say why you are who you are. But if you don't know who you are, don't enter.
No.
You know, there are so many places where you can get accolades, where you can get, you know, testimonials. I wonder always when I look at someone's LinkedIn, how many people have they got who have said a couple of words or a massive paragraph. I've got a couple of massive paragraphs on my LinkedIn page, and they make me go woo. But everyone can get them. The thing that I would like to say about the Best Business Women Awards is that they are not just about celebrating women, they are an occasion. And there is always entertainment and boogie and, you know, sparkle and buzz. And it is like, honestly, I always feel that I'm in New York when I enter them. When I enter the room, not enter the awards, when I enter the room, I think, oh my God, I'm in a New York Netflix film. And what you do, not just the award, what you do before, during, and after. You're right, I'm going to show you. I have kept
Oh, got the program.
all of
Oh, you've got them all.
I've got them all. I've got them all. I've got all of them, even this one. Sorry, I'm going to say, and I can't. I've kept every single thing that you have sent me, which is from the invitation to the thank you for being a sponsor, because, and then with the Best Business Women Awards, you're part of a club.
We are. You are. Always.
And then you get to meet people. So you make this this kind of wonderful world last not
forever.
12 months, not 24 months, 36 months.
Yeah.
Oh, 48.
Well, I always say once you're in, you'll never leave.
Well, it's like the Hotel California.
It is
you
a
can
bit.
check out, but you can never leave. You know,
No.
I do not know any award organizers who take that thread and make it golden. And this year, you're going to have a golden.
I know. I can't
tell
quite
us
believe
about
it.
I know you're interviewing me, but
I
I'm
am.
interviewing you now.
Oh, well, it's
what
10 years.
What is this year?
10 years. Well, 10 years. It's 10 years since. Well, it'd be the 10th ceremony. So we actually started in 2015, but of course you count the first year. So yes, this will be the 10th ceremony. I can't quite actually believe that. So we've been busy adding up numbers of women that we've recognized, and you know, we are putting together an amazing compilation video of all of the years of the awards, which is quite nice to look back on. I know. All those
BBC, are you listening?
Yeah, they need
to interview Debbie and get 10 years of
yes.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, and here's your best bits, you know, like you see on The Apprentice or whatever. And actually, the entertainment this year is normally we book a group, a singing group, and we book a dance. But we have got entertainment, but with a bit of a twist. So this is about the coming together of our community. We're in a new venue. We're at the Hilton Scion Park this year. And I wanted to do something that really made everyone feel that this is a celebration. I mean, hopefully I do hit that mark every year, but 10 years, I just wanted to do something. So we have got some entertainment, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And no, I haven't booked you yet,
good.
but
I just wanted to check.
So that's that. But let's switch it back to Sister Snog.
Yeah.
Because you've got quite a few events coming up. So Sister Snog, for those people who are watching, is a remarkable club of businesswomen. And it's none of those 1 minutes. You don't do 1 minute. And we don't do business cards, chuck arounds, as I call them, not pass arounds. And we don't sort of, it's not like, oh, professional lockout and silly rules. We don't have silly rules. What I love about that is that it's, and now it's predominantly online, which, you know, makes much more sense these days. But you do some face-to-face, wonderful one-offs. And you also do some lovely mini collaborations as well. So you have an event next week, 19th of April. Tell everybody about that.
Yes, we're working. The thing is about Sister Snog is, number one, it started in person. COVID hit, had to, you know, pivot, pirouette, whatever the word was, go online. But, and thanks to Debbie and my heart, my soul, is there is an appetite for in person, because we do like to hook up. So I've created wonderful one-offs, which are wonderful one-off, never to be repeated.
Yeah.
So we've got our first wonderful one-off in June on the 14th, and the theme is Shades of Summer. So if you've got, I was going to say, maybe I've got a pair of sunglasses.
She's digging into her drawers.
Yeah, and but also collaboration. Initially, I was about connection. Now about collaboration, which is linked to you know, there are so many ways to collaborate. We collaborated on a book called Fab Collab. There were 15. That was a very interesting journey. But I think mini collabs, if you meet someone, don't necessarily think, what can they do for you? What can you do for them? What can you do together? So I'm kind of repurposing and rethinking what my proposition is, because it used to be get connected. Now I'm thinking about get connected and start collaborating, because that's where you're going to win. That's where you're going to win the game. So yes, we back to your question. Sorry, yes, there are events that are coming up. One of my favorites is Festive Friday.
Oh yeah,
which is always on the first Friday of December. Last year's was a little bit of an interesting creation. The theme, everyone has a theme. We had pantos and princesses. The year before was heavenly angels. This year, on February, Friday, the 6th of December, the theme is Wishmas Christmas, inspired by It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
And It's a White Christmas. Those two link together, where the angel and the crazy, you know, I think if you want to get connected, find somewhere that adds some magic to the business world, which I'm going to go back to you right now, Debbie, because going back to Best Business Women Awards, there is magic. Every single ceremony that I've been to, as soon as I walk into the room.
Thank you.
And what magic have you got? I know you're interviewing me, but what magic things have you got up your sleeve for this year?
I'm going to keep that under wraps, Hella. I'm going to keep that under wraps.
Are you? But is there not going to be a bit of a golden sparkle?
Oh, I mean, yes, it's going to be a golden sparkle. You know, we have to mark 10 years, because if I'm totally honest with you, when I decided to do this, which was actually in 2014, 10 years ago, I thought, oh, do you know what? What's the worst thing can happen? Let me do it. If nobody enters, you know, then I've failed. But, you know, there's always failures in business, isn't there? There's always things that happen and you think, oh, well, never mind, put that to one side. Did I think I'd be sitting here 10 years later talking about it in such a way that has made such a difference to so many people's lives? And that I take that very seriously, because the number of people that have said to me, my business got catapulted because of you, because of your awards. You know, I am now on telly. I am now, you know, grown my business, got more staff. I am now, you know, doing this, doing that. And that can be no greater job satisfaction, can it? To know that you've made a difference and changed people's lives. And I think awards do change people's lives without a doubt.
Oh my God, they so do. Honestly, you don't actually realize the impact of winning an award, but the only way you're going to win one
is to enter.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Finishing a sentence. We've got to know each other so well. We're finishing each other's sentences now, you see.
And that is how it works. And I've got to say, this year, you know, we've got beyond COVID. We can't use that as an excuse anymore. No. Just do it. And people are, if you need someone to help, get in touch with Debbie. She will either help you, or she will open the doors to those that can help you.
Yeah, because we've got Debbie Tilley, who writes award entries, and Kate Adam, and there's another couple I've got on my list. Can't think off the top of my head, but we've got a list of people. So if you need help writing your entry, just drop us an email and we'll send you that list.
You don't have to do it on your own.
No, not at all.
But if you believe in what you're doing as a businesswoman, and if you want to have that accolade, you know, in a awards cabinet, or you know, on your dressing table, because it's a hard slog running your own business.
I know.
It is daily, sometimes, like, you know, what have I got to deal with today? What shit is going to hit the fan? How am I going to get through it? But you do, and particularly go back to Sister Snog, the way to get through it is if you are part of a tribe of crown fixers and
Yeah.
5 a.m. friends. And I did not ring Debbie at 5 a.m. this morning, but I know, should I need to get on the phone, and I might not have rung her, but she's always fixing my crown. And I think
Oh,
sometimes I like,
nice.
when your crown slips a bit, I'm like, oh, Debbie, I think your crown slipped a bit.
Yeah. I think we all have those moments in life, don't we? It's tough because when you're working in corporate life, you get up, you go into work, or maybe you get up and sit in your pajamas now and work on your laptop. I don't know.
Maybe
anyway,
you do.
go
Yeah.
into work, and you've got Janice in accounts, and you've got Tony over there, and so in IT, and then you've got everybody around you. And you've got all of that support, and you kind of go in, you do your job, you go out at lunchtime with your work pals and after work. When you run your own business, yes, you can build a team, but you still actually, trying to do this on your own. So it's tough, and that's why tribes like yours are so important. In fact, they're not just important, they are absolutely vital.
They are essential.
Yes, they are your absolute life support machine. That's exactly how I describe it. Because if you're hooked up into a network, your heart is beating and you're actually getting that support, which if you don't, you're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel distanced from things. And I think, what you've created is an incredible tribe of people that do have each other's backs and do support one another through those dark times. And you've got an incredible ability to hook people up together. And that's not just people within your tribe, because thousands of people, you will hook people up with people you've come across 6 years ago,
Yeah.
and say, why don't you talk? And in fact, one of the winners of the awards from last year, the lovely Janan Leo, I interviewed her recently on the podcast, and I said, how did you find out about the Best Business Women Awards? And she said, well, many years ago, I was a member of Sister Snog. And I saw Hella posting about it and talking about the event. And I thought, if Hella's talking and posting about it, it must be a good event. Because she doesn't talk about things that aren't any good. And that made me go to your website and look at your awards. And it inspired me to enter.
And she's got a beautiful brand.
She's got a great brand. She's got this wonderful Coco Rose shoe brand. Amazing. Go and check her out if you're listening today, because she has got a great business. And
but I remember when it was just a little pair of pumps.
Yeah.
And now
pumps.
it's not.
Now
it's an empire.
She's
with and along the way she's had her children. And what was wonderful was at the awards last year, where we saw each other, having not seen each other for about 9 or 10 years. It was like seeing an old friend. And I think if you find a tribe, you don't have to be a member all the time, but you get a vibe of it. And I do happen to know there are many wonderful business women who might not be into the online world and the program of connectivity, but they all think that they're a sister, and they all feel that vibe. And that's it. For me, things work when they work, and I can only attract those that are ready for whatever they need right now. And I will tick that box, but I also tick a lot of other boxes. And what's been brilliant is, I don't know where our weird and wonderful relationship will go, but we have certainly supported each other in one way or another way. I was very honored that you said not just, the sponsorship of Best Business Women is over there, but would you be a judge for the Shining Stars? And every Christmas, I'm there.
Yes.
It's another. Some people are frightened of those that they think, they're in competition. No, we are all about collaboration.
Absolutely.
And Business Women Unlimited and Sister Snog have got this wonderful kind of link. And, even last month, I went down to a Businesswomen Unlimited event in Whitstable with Catherine. I'll be going to others. I'm just going to parachute in and annoy everybody else who is a leader of your tribe.
Oh, thank you. Well,
It's
I
lovely.
mean, the Best Business Women Awards was sort of spawned, if you like, from the networking company that I own, Business Women Unlimited, because I was seeing all these women that just weren't putting themselves forward, weren't getting recognised for what they were doing, and they weren't running massive businesses, but they were actually making such a difference to the lives of their clients, their local community, and to themselves. So that's kind of where it was spawned from. And then obviously within my tribe of Business Women Unlimited, I set up some smaller awards called Shining Stars, which are just aimed at the people within that community. So you have to attend 3 times to be able to enter. And what's been interesting over the years is a couple of people have gone on to enter the Best Business Women Awards. I didn't set it up with that purpose, but people have naturally got more confidence.
Yeah, you move through.
Yeah, you move through. But I think what's great as well is it inspires people to think, do you know what, actually awards are such a great platform for me to get more publicity, more clients, more recognition in my industry. And so we have had a couple of people gone on, I think probably about 4 or 5 actually, that have gone on to enter Best Business Women Awards. Because I don't have anything to do with the judging. I have a judging panel of which I've interviewed pretty much all the judges are on the podcast, and I've interviewed them all. And you're not a judge either. You are just a sponsor.
I know too many people.
You know too many people, and we don't. Our policy is very much about transparency, really, and each entry is seen by 3 different judges, which is why coming back to the most inspiring businesswoman is a difficult category to judge. And the reason it is a difficult category to judge is because it's subjective, because what you think is inspiring and what I think is inspiring may be 2 different things. So by having 3 judges on each category and them judging, so nobody can see each other's scores, you can't ring up. Well, if you were a judge, you wouldn't be able to ring another judge and discuss the scores with them because you wouldn't know which judges have what categories. And that's why I like the transparency of telling people this, because I think people often think, awards are fixed.
There is an undertow of that, and
they're really not. And some awards might be. I don't know. I can't speak for them, but my awards definitely aren't. And it's a very fair process, because by having 3 judges on a category to look at the entries and score them, whoever rises to the top, so the person with the most in the scoring will win the gold, and the people with a certain score over and above will get to be a finalist, ultimately a silver winner. That means that it's not, because the danger with one person judging a category is it's their opinion, it's their view. Exactly.
You need to. You've got to have different opinions.
Exactly.
Coming together.
And it's quite interesting that most years, in most cases, the top 10 people in each category will rise to the surface. And generally, in the top 3, the 3 judges that have worked on these categories, the top 3 they will all have those people within their top 3, maybe not in the same order, but they will have them. Some years, it's literally what we call like a clean sweep, where every judge has picked the same person to win the category. Their points add up. So some years it's very, very like, oh, wow, clearly 3 different people looking at this all, gave the same marks or around the same marks, and this person has come out on top with everybody. And I have a range of judges on my panel. I have what I call heart-led judges. So they're more people that are, empathic, led by the story, kind of more likely to give marks around that. And then I have my analytical judges.
And your hanging judges.
Yes. Who are very, they're going to look at that detail. They're
And
gonna
no.
they're gonna look at all of that stuff that you put in, you know, your evidence, and make sure it's robust and that it actually stacks up. And by having a mix of those different personality types on each category, and I work really hard to make sure that I do this every year. Because believe me, I could just chuck it out and go, oh, you know, there you go, three categories. And I don't. I actually look at who I've got on my panel, what entries we've got, what categories we've got, and mix it up. Because I've also got some men on my panel as well.
Which is
I think it's
very,
important.
very, very important,
It
because
is really important.
you know, we celebrated International Women's Day. Next year, I want to celebrate International Women's Day with men and women, because a number of sisters at various breakout rooms brought this up, which was to say it's a beautiful celebration, but in order for whatever the creative theme is, the hashtag is, it is not going to work if we don't have, you know, the buy-in from some cool groovy blokes. And we you know, it's Venus and Mars. Mary Gregory talked about that, the male energy, the female energy has to combine. And that's what's beautiful at your business awards. It's not just like loads of women, it's men and women celebrating.
Yes,
You know,
it is. I often get asked, oh, you know, do men come along? I was like, yeah, they come along with their wives, or their girlfriends or their partners. So men or their lovers. I mean, men are welcome.
That's fine too.
But I get asked a lot, you know, why are you doing female only business awards in 2024?
Yep.
And you know what? I wish I didn't have to do female business awards in 2024, to be honest, because I wish we lived in a world where women were absolutely
it's not relevant.
The same playing field as men, but we're still not. We still have a lot of work to do. We're getting there. We are getting there, and you know, it's interesting how things are unfolding, but I think we're still a long way off. And so until women get the same level of investment as men do in their business and the same level of support, we have to carry on with this for now.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, there's got to be this line where you stop being a crusader and you be more of a kind of a partner, not an interloper. That there is, you know, that kind of beautiful balance, because I know, you know, International Women's Day, I'm really into it. But when I looked on, let's say, LinkedIn, and I looked at all those amazing posts that a lot of men who are supporting their women, who are crusading and who are rebel rousing, I looked for all those. I was thinking there's got to be at least 50 of these, because I know so many women with amazing supportive men. I only saw one.
Oh, okay. It's interesting.
I saw one post from one bloke who celebrated the women he knew.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah.
I'm sure there were more. Please correct me and direct me and go.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see a lot, if I'm honest. I saw a few, but I didn't see enough.
And it was very heartfelt, and it was done, and it kind of almost landed but didn't land. A few people I know said that was beautiful, and what a beautiful celebration. What I want to see next year is I want to see at least 50 posts from those blokes who definitely celebrate their women and are behind them and love what they're doing, and, you know, clap. You know, and I'm proud to say that the one post was from Jeremy.
Yes, it was. I think he tagged me in it as well.
And I thought, you know what? Yeah. That makes me feel good. You know, it was me other eyes.
Oh, he is very appreciative.
It was it was thoughtful, thought through and done. And I thought, I actually think that I know loads of blokes, I know loads of women, and I am going to maybe start in September this year, start contacting the blokes that I know, said, be sure to do a post on International Women's Day.
Yeah, we need to start a movement
to celebrate, because it's something that Sophie Preston Hall, that Mary Gregory, they both brought it up about we shouldn't have International Women's Day because we should be unified, but we're not.
No.
But we should, I also, I'm not into, I love networking, connecting with women, and people say, Sister Snog is all about women. Is that allowed? It's just what we choose. It's where I'm comfortable. There is the golf club, there's the rugby club, there's this. I'm not questioning that.
No.
I think when you get women who are on the same beam, with this, feeling the same values, you have crown fixers and like I said, 5 a.m. friends. I don't ring you at 5 a.m., but you have a really beautiful support network who will open doors, who will comment, who will think, I think you should enter the best. I'm always telling people to enter the awards. Why don't you? Oh yeah, I'll think about that. If we are all each other's cheerleaders and champions, we've got a beautiful thing going on.
Yeah, I agree. And that's a good place to end our conversation. We've had a good old chat on a Friday afternoon.
Oh my Lord.
We've chewed the fat, as it were, and we've talked about all of this stuff. So Hella has an event next Friday.
Actually, it's now on the 16th of May.
Oh, okay. Is it moved?
Yeah.
16th of May.
We've just fast forwarded.
Oh, okay.
I needed to tell you that
I'm
earlier.
so last year, aren't I?
Yeah.
Well, we'll put the details in the chat anyway. And then there's another event on the 14th of June, which is called Summer. What is it called?
It's called Shades
of Summer. Shades of Summer. Yeah.
If you've got a really cool pair of shades, then you need to.
You got to bring it. Bring them. And that's at O'Bain in Marylebone. I will be there, so you'll be able to meet me. And the awards will have closed by then, so I will be sipping a cocktail.
You will be, yes.
Because the judging will be starting.
Exactly.
And I will be passing it over to them. So that lets me off the hook. And then there's an event on the 13th of September at the University of Women's Club in London.
Sisters of the 60s.
Sisters of the 60s. So that's going to be quite exciting. I'll have to get the old... I actually have got a 60s outfit. You know why I've got a 60s outfit? Well, because I went to Peter Kay once to the dance-a-thon and we all went in 60s outfits.
Yeah, well, we've all got... The reason is I was born in the 60s.
Yeah.
We've got the Bieber... at the Fashion and Textile Museum. I'm going to see if I can get Zandra Rose
to come along. Oh, and
maybe Barbara Bieber.
Or
anybody else from that era.
Anybody else, yeah.
You watch this space is what
that will be a good one. And then we got the Christmas event on the 6th of December, which I always love coming.
Wishmas Christmas, inspired by White Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life. So and maybe, just maybe, you never know, there might be a choir.
Oh, well, we will make sure the details, and you can go and follow Sister Snog at Sister Snog. There you go, so easy.
.com.
SisterSnog.com, Sister Snog on all of the various, platforms, and find out more about the online events as well, because there are lots of them every single month, and you can hop in and show your face without being a member to one event, and the same with the wonderful one-offs, or two even. Exactly. So thank you for your support, and thank you for your sponsorship and your time and your enthusiasm for the awards, because it really is something that I need to bottle and sell to other people.
No, I tell you what though, if you're tuning in and you are seriously thinking, should I or shouldn't I? Listen, no time like the present.
No, exactly that. And I said to somebody yesterday, she said, what if I don't get shortlisted? And I said to her,
do it next year.
Do it next year. And do you know what? Nobody knows you've entered apart from you. And she said, oh, well, these other awards, they post every time somebody enters. I said, we don't do that. We would be doing millions of, but no, we don't get millions of entries.
That would be
we wouldn't
mental.
do that. And I just said, no, you know, the only person that knows you've entered is you. And obviously we know. And if you don't get selected, then you just try again next year. And, you know, I entered 2 awards last year and didn't get picked for either of them. There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm a finalist.
Even Debbie Gilbert.
Exactly. I'm a finalist in some awards next week. Exactly. So I just pick myself up, dust myself off, and enter something else.
But I know you didn't make the grade on those, but have you made the grade on anything else?
I am. I'm up for the.
Can I just ask you, are you going to any particular award ceremony shortly?
Great British Business Awards next week. Yes. I'm quite excited.
And what categories, Debbie Gilbert, are you in? Do tell.
Best female, or no, female entrepreneur of the year. And
definitely.
Best networker. So there you go.
Absolutely. So Debbie's
I feel like a winner already.
I'm just giving you those. Let me just tell you that this is your award for both those categories.
See, I've got it already. It's in the bag.
Yeah, I'll pop it in the post and get it engraved.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you. I feel honoured.
You're welcome.
I feel honoured. No, I am looking forward to going out because I love going to awards that I don't organise. I love going to my own awards, of course I do. But I don't relax. I don't know why. Why don't I relax?
You know, going to other awards, you can sit there, you can mix.
I can sit there and I can chat on.
Or just
exactly. And I'm always the loudest cheerer in the room. Somebody said that to me the other week. You are such a loud cheerer. And I'm like, yeah.
Let's all be loud cheerers.
Yes, we have to be loud cheerers.
Awards. Let's just also, if you see a really cool post on LinkedIn, don't just put a smiley face.
No.
Write a couple of words.
Yeah, write a couple of
words.
That's
my parting comment, if you don't mind.
And I know Olivia's been listening to our live today because she's commented and she's another sponsor and she's got Brand New magazines. Let's give her a little plug for her event.
Oh my God.
On the 1st of May.
1 minute.
And she has got an event called Showtime. And
guess what this is?
There's a few tickets left. There it goes. Brand New magazine. And she's got a great lineup of
guests. And I tell you, her event on the 1st is going to be rock and roll. And I am very grateful that every month I get to.
Oh, you're the columnist, aren't you? You're one of the columnists.
I'm like some, I don't know, in Bridgerton.
Yeah, you are. You're the Lady Whistledown of Brand New magazine.
I want to change my name, Olivia. By the way, I want to change it to Lady Whistledown because I think I did like my title though. Hat
Parade. Oh, that's brilliant.
Can I just let you into a secret though? I just couldn't think of a title, so I went to chat.
Yeah, good idea.
And chat gave me Anyway, goodbye.
Well done for everyone who's stuck with the live. We have done a long live. Normally it's 10 minutes, but it's just like being at a little chit-chatty meeting with her.
It has. It's been beautiful. It's always lovely with you, Debbie.
If you're not part of our world, you need to be. You know, if you're not part of our world, you need to be. So just get yourself sorted.
It's a beautiful world.
It is a great world. We love our world.
We do.
We'll make sure some links are put into the comments and go and check out Brand New magazine and their event Showtime. I'm going to be there. Hella's going to be there. And there's going to be
I'm going to be Daisy Donovan.
Exactly.
And if you don't know who she is, Google her.
Google her. Yeah, Google her. Have a good week, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And
it's been wonderful.
It's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
I've always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Seriously.